Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Team Eagle Zoom. We're so happy to see so many friendly faces here. It's always good to have you join us on a Monday. And we have something exciting to share with you this evening. So, as most of you already know, we are Mick and Jenny Daly, National Marketing Directors in your support line, living in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, where it's currently about 86 degrees, unlike in Phoenix, I just gathered, it's 108, something like that. Wow. Let's see, tonight, first of all, let's kick off with a contest, shall we? We're relatively early on in the month. We had an incredible month last month. Mick, let's see what's going on.
You bet. So first I want to recap last month. Tell me if you can see this.
Yep.
Good. So recapping last month, because we didn't do this justice last week. We wanted to give our wonderful friend Catherine Lee as much time as possible. But last month was a record month by every measure. Eight of the leaderboard scored 500 or more points. And even you, Tara Harris, and Dr. Kevin Ross, who scored less than 500, should still be very proud of yourselves, because those scores are still really, really good. But I've got to give full credit to those top leaders on the leaderboard. I'll name Anna Morera with 600 points. Ali Sexton on Team Tara Harris, by the way, 620 points. Same as Dick Golly, whose daughter Nikki won it. And then Nicole Helmstedt was pushing hard to the very end. And Dick Golly, an outstanding 780 points. So it was really, really spectacular. And moving on to the month of June, here we are with the month of June, and we got off to a great start. Melinda Cromwelge, who is on the call tonight. I see Melinda. Well done, Melinda. You're leading it, but without a shadow of doubt, that won't last very long unless you keep forging ahead. I'm just saying. So on that note, oh my goodness, if I can find, where are we? When I do it on my laptop, it always is a challenge. Come on, come on, come on. I can't find my stop. Ah! Fine. Okay, I found it.
All right.
Before we go any further, I need to find whoever is making a lot of background noise and see if I can mute them. I guess it's already been done. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Back to you.
All right. Well, even though, as I said, it is a balmy 86 degrees here, it's still too hot upstairs for Mick to be in his office, which is why he chooses to be outside. Beautiful views out there. Okay. Well, as I said, we have a special topic for you this evening, and I'm very excited to introduce to you a very good friend of ours. Tara Harris is a sales coordinator on our team here in Colorado. She and her husband Chad have two grown daughters. Tara is a personal trainer and an aerobics instructor. She has a degree in kinesiology, and she's had great success in helping her clients with the Shred10 program, and she's going to share a lot of that with us this evening. She and Chad joined us at the Colorado Boot Camp last weekend. We're hoping that Chad will join us this evening on this call, but he's actually taking his paramedic renewal test right now. And Tara tells me that he's hoping to get home in time, so he may not be on at the start, but hopefully he will be with us before the finish. So I know, Terry, you're going to be sharing a few slides as well this evening. If any of you would like access to those, we will post them in our Team Eagles Facebook group after the call. So, Tara, if you would like to unmute yourself, that's over to you.
Awesome. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for spending your evening listening to me. I take great pleasure in wanting to share as much as I can with you on all of this. First of all, my business story, I think, needs to be told because it goes right into the Shred program. I joined the business because I was exhausted and I could not figure out how to get energy to be the normal mom, wife that I needed to be. And my sister-in-law introduced me to the product. She actually gave me 2 months free. I took them, and honestly, I didn't feel a lot of change until I stopped taking them. And then I hit the wall and I said, sign me up. I want to do this. We went on to the Children's Health Study, got both of our girls on it. Chad and I got on it, and it has been amazing. And it literally saved my career with personal training and teaching classes and all of that. So coming back around 10 years, I fast-tracked to sales coordinator, sat there for 10 years because it was just great income and paid for our product, and it covered our house payment, and it was just great. And then my husband lost his job. So now I'm like, okay, this is a great opportunity to go to plan B, which is the Juice Plus business. And I've been working that and actually serious about the last year. And it's been awesome. And I have to really give a lot of credit to the Shred10. It has exploded my business as far as getting people healthy and involved. And so many people out there are looking for the healthy way, and they're waiting for us to tell them. And we are doing them a disfavor by not telling people about it. So I'm going to give you some tips of how I've shared it. And there's a lot of people that have said, for instance, you have done the Shred only, or you have that avenue, being a personal trainer, aerobics instructor, all of that, because that's what you do. So you have a good avenue, which I do. I agree. I have a really good avenue for that. But I also am very passionate about health and nutrition and all of that. And anyone can do that. So that's my comeback to that. First of all, for the Shred, when Mick sends out those little reminders, the Shred is coming about 2 weeks ahead, get on the ball. You need time ahead because it usually takes 5 to 7 business days for those customers to get their product, and you want them to have their product before they start. So my biggest thing is if there's a flyer already provided, I just use the flyer, or if Mick already has something, I just take it and post it on my Facebook page or Instagram or Messenger. Or if there's someone that said last time, hey, I really want to be involved, but I can't do it this month. Can I do it next month? It's really vital that you do that. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I have done just so you have that. So I'm trying this. I tried this at home and it worked great. So let's hope that it's going to work. So first of all, let me go here. Here's a sample. Let me share this. Maybe if it'll come up. Oh, where's my share? Okay, here we go. Share screen. And come up. Nope. I don't know if this is going to work now. Come on.
Don't worry about it. It's there somewhere. I know you had them open on your desktop, but there we go. There we go.
Can you see that?
Yes.
This is the one that we have seen quite often, but I use this all the time. I first of all put out a little post and say something like, I'm doing the Shred. Does anyone want to join me? And I don't mention anything about Juice Plus, anything about what the Shred is, anything. And I usually get a lot of people who are interested. I do the same thing in my class. I post on the whiteboard, I'm doing a Shred this date. Does anyone want to join me? Then I send out that great video by Mitra Ray and Jake Kelly. I send that out. That tells them plain and simple what it's about. Then most of the time they get back to me and say, hey, I'm really interested. I'd like to do it. Then I show them this simple flyer, whatever. Let me go back. Sorry, I'll stop sharing that. So I show them that flyer. Then I have some people who want to get a sample. If you don't have samples, don't worry about it. But I've done even little baggies of shakes, little baggies with the chewables in them if they want to try them for their kids so that they can do the Children's Health Study. But here is my little sample thing that, let me go back, sorry. I'm gonna figure this thing out.
You're doing great. A lot of people have no idea how to share their screen.
All right. That is not it. Okay, come back here. All right, we got this. Full food list. Oh, well, it disappeared. Hold on.
Tara, minimize that Zoom
This thing?
panel there. There you go.
Okay.
Is it hiding behind there?
I think it's behind this. So let me minimize that. There it is. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Mick. Here we go. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, this is the little blurb that I give everyone that I give samples to. And I literally do it in a little paper bag. I usually put one brochure in there, and I do all the samples. I give them, now that they have the vineyard in a sample, I do that, and I do one of each of the shakes. You don't have to do this unless they ask if they can try it before they buy. But I always offer, if they say, well, I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, I always offer this. And most of the time, a very high percentage, they will join you in the shred because of, you know, their experience when they try it. So there's that. Then go back to me. There we go. After that, we do, after we do the video and you do the samples if they need it, you just get them started ASAP because it takes 5 to 7 business days. From there, I usually take their info because a lot of times I've given out my website and they just don't do it. They don't take the time to sign up. So I usually take 2 minutes, get everything that I possibly can get from them to make their order. And I do that right away, because if you give them longer than 24 hours, a lot of times they decide not to do it. It's the excitement of the moment, I guess, is over. So that's one of my big ones. Then I usually plan parties, any kind of shred, salad in the jar party, oats party, things like that, because that gets them pumped up, ready to go. I usually show them the food list. If you haven't gotten your great shred guide, get this, because everything you need is in this, everything you need. So you can do salad in a jar party, you can do oat party, you can, you know, make sure you give them the shred guidelines. I sometimes take them shopping, because a lot of people are like, what do I buy? What do I, you know, do I get this? Do I get that? And I just take them shopping and I say, this is what I get. Tons of fruit, tons of veggies, tons of raw nuts and seeds, beans, legumes, lean meat, you know that. And I just kind of show them what they can have, so they focus on that instead of what they can't have. And it seems to go very, very well. Then shop together. My one thing that I demand that they do is take measurements. And I know a lot of people don't do it, but I've had a lot of people during the shred lose more weight, more inches than they do weight. So measurements is a key thing that we do. And obviously I have them weigh themselves too, but also before pictures and after pictures, because all of that gives them, even though they may only lose a couple pounds, just seeing the changes is huge to a lot of people. If they're a visual person, it's great. So I'm going to show you the little contest that I run. Now, what I do with this contest, people do anything for money. That's what I found out. And they love competitive contests, anything with point system, whatever. So each person, and not everyone has to do it, but each person that wants to put in $10 during the 10 days, I have each person put in the $10. The key is have them put it in before they start. That has happened to me where they do not pay until the end. And by then they fell off the wagon and they don't want it, and their whole going for it, doing a great job has fallen off, and then they don't pay. And then you don't have as much in the pot as you said you was in the pot. And I just feel like I'm not telling everyone the truth, even though it wasn't my fault. I just feel like I want to tell them up front, hey, there's $90 in the pot for whoever wins, gets the most points. So I'm going to show you my point system real quick. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Now, go up and share screen first, maybe. Can you, no, let's see. Let me see if you can see that. No. Share screen. There. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yay. I figured it out. Okay, so here is for the 10-day. And get this out of my way. There we go. You can change this however you want. This is in the Excel program, but right now we have 1 through 10. You can totally change that if you want. I put 1 point, I put whatever the point system on the far outside, and the inside I put what it's for. For instance, we have a Facebook page, just like Mick has. I've done my own Facebook page, and a lot of times I take exactly what Mick has done and put it on that page, just for encouragement, whatever. So each team member, each person posts on Facebook every single day, and every time you post, you get a point for that day. Every time you do what's called a team touch, you get a point. Now, what that means is you have a partner that you're doing the shred with. That teams them up. So you get 1 point for that. If you text your partner, tell them how you're doing, they text you, they get a point. If you get half of your water, half of your body weight in water, you get a point. Sleep all the way down, you get a point. Now here's one that I changed. You get 1 point if you do not eat after 7, but you get 2 points if you don't eat after 6. There's a lot of people that were doing the shred with me that could not do the 6 o'clock. It just was, they were getting off work, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and that was hard. So I left it like that. Then I gave more points as long as you're taking your trio, and as long as you have at least 1 shake a day, you get 3 points a day for each one of those. Then at the very bottom, here's your weekly points. I'm really trying to stress the importance of having at least 1 rest day every week. So during the 10 days, you get 1 rest day, and you get 5 points for that 1 rest day. So you give up 1 of your points for exercise, but you get 5 points for that 1 rest day. Another big one is food prep. And I go solely by the honor system on that. If they show a picture on the Facebook page of all the food that they bought, prepped, whatever, they get 5 points, and then they have to do it 1 more time during the 10 days to get their other 5 points. Team meeting, this is another big one. One time during the 10 days, they have to meet either with a text message or over the phone with a leader. And the leader is any of my reps that are also on my Facebook group. So they can meet with me, they can meet with any of the reps just to say how they're going. Then, obviously, I mentioned how important it was for measurements, before and after pictures, all of that. 10 points for each of those. 10 points at the beginning, 10 points at the end, and then whoever has the most points, we usually do the day after. Everyone turns in all their points, and we go solely on the honor system. Turn in however many points you have. Whoever wins gets the pot of money. So, and if it's a lot, like one time we had quite a bit, we did a 1st and 2nd place. So anyway, that's how that goes. Let me go back here. All right. That pretty much sums it up. Do I have any questions or anything?
Oh, Tara, that is awesome. I want to join your shred next time.
You can. I would love it.
Question.
Okay, we want to see Chad. I know he's
Okay, he's here.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Good to
buddy,
see
how's
you.
it going?
Good. So,
Sorry, I was a little late.
no. We understand you had a good reason for not being here right at that 7 o'clock. But tell us what your experience has been, especially teaming up with someone else.
Right. So, well, I spent 24 years in the fire service, so I abused my body immensely. And I just basically got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So with the shred, it really forced me to do things that were out of my comfort zone, to change things for the better for me. And when I saw things changing for my wife, I obviously wanted that for myself as well. One of the big things for me, I've pretty much lived in a paramilitaristic setting my whole adult life. So I set goals for myself. And, one of the things that I wanted to do is cut all the crap out of my life and bring health into my life. And by crap, I mean, it's basically an acronym that I use. And what it stands for is coffee and gluten carbs, refined sugars, alcohol, and processed foods. So, and if you bring health in, it's H2O, which is water, energy, alertness, loving life, tackling pain, and happiness. So basically, one of the things, I started this shred with I was pretty reluctant, but at the same time, I had a good accountability partner, and she kept me on track, and that helped. Without that accountability partner, I don't think I would have stayed on task.
And you're saying that wasn't Tara?
No,
It wasn't Tara.
it had to be someone else. It couldn't be me.
It had to be someone different, because we're too used to that daily routine, I guess, between husband and wife. So, plus, I can get away with a few things with her. I've learned over the course of 23 years what I can get away with. But nevertheless, being accountable to somebody was a big key element to that. But some of the things that the change for me were, I was sleeping better at night. I had clarity of mind, and I was alert more throughout the day. My joints felt better. I actually felt like eating more fruits and vegetables. And actually, when I ate sugar, I felt sick. It made me feel ill. So that was actually a good thing. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth, so that was a hard thing to cut and curb, but ultimately did that. And then after I did the 10-day shred, I noticed a few things that I wanted to put back into my routine and diet, which were bad things like coffee. So I said, well, I need to do this a little bit longer than 10 days. So Tara actually did one for 21 days. And at the end of 21 days, I tried to put coffee back into my daily routine, and I didn't really miss it. I found out that it was something that my body didn't have to have. And that was a good thing. I think once you determine to make this a lifestyle, you really don't have to work so hard at it. You really don't have to have those things in your normal routine, and you become healthier and it feels better. I think one of the things for me is, and for guys out there watching, men, if you're out there watching, this isn't a women's thing predominantly. It's for all of us. It's for guys out there too. It's not a feminine thing. It's not a process. It's a process for everybody. And guys, if you're out there and you haven't supported your spouse or significant other, get on board, because it's a great program. It's a great process, and they're out there working hard to improve the lives of others. And ultimately, when I saw what it was doing for her reps, for her customers and her clients, and then ultimately what I saw what it did for me, it was a no-brainer. We live in a fast-paced world, and we're always looking for something quick and easy and fast. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Stick with it. We're creatures of habit, and ultimately, I think when you get into that 21-day habit forming process, that eventually it starts to become a habit. The thing I love about Juice Plus and Juice Plus Company is everything they do kind of parallels components of habits. And when you talk about 21 days to form a habit or break a habit, this Shred program kind of coincides with that, as well as 90 days to form a lifestyle. And they do a 90-day game plan, so there's so many components that kind of coincide and parallel what they do that really makes a lot of sense. And really, I think from my perspective, I've seen Tara with the success she's had in the last 12 to 20 months with doing the Shred, with increasing, improving her business, has really excited me and gotten me more excited to be behind her and support her and really, I guess the whole process of being better at shredding and supporting that process. So anyway, the Shred10 is a great program. I support it. I believe it's what we need for improved health and wellness, and it's a simple, easy program.
Well, we're proud of both of you guys. It's been so great to see you, Chad. You've always been a supportive spouse, but now you're stepping into a leadership role alongside Tara, which is absolutely awesome. And we're here for you. We are encouraging you all the way. We're going to do more than cheerlead, as you know, but
Yeah,
we're leaders too.
It's a good thing. We appreciate it, and we appreciate all the support. The Juice Plus family and community is a great thing, and there's a lot of support out there.
So Tara, just before Jenny closes us out, you, like a number of other Eagles, decided to have your own Facebook group.
Yes.
So that everybody could identify with each other, much smaller, much more intimate. That's not a big deal. It's not hard to do, is it?
No, it's not. It's very simple. And I like the smaller groups because of that. You have like I have 2 or 3 customers, reps, who are they're more apt to post more often, and their posts are so powerful that in that small group, people look forward to that in that small group. And then also when you're making it a point system and they have to post, it gets them involved a little bit more. But if it's smaller, it's not, your phone isn't blowing up all the time if you have 60 people in there. If you have 10 to 20 people, it keeps it small and it keeps it manageable, I guess. Yeah, I love it. Yep, it's easy to do. Anyone can do it. If I can do it, definitely anyone can do it.
Well, that's awesome. I'm going to surprise my husband by saying we'll take a couple of questions. I thought Nicole might have one. Nicole.
Of course. I actually had a couple. For your point system, what are you sending them to keep track of it? How are they doing that?
I send them my Excel sheet.
Okay.
And a lot of them have actually laminated them so they can keep doing the Shred10. All they do is wipe the board clean and then do it again. Yeah.
Great. My other question is, are you creating a different group every month, or is it the same group?
No, I keep the same group. Some people, and I usually ask them, we're starting another Shred, July, whatever date. Is there anyone who does not want to belong to the group? And honestly, very, very few people want to be taken out. They enjoy the encouragement. Now, obviously, there's going to be a time where it's going to be too big, like Mick and I were just talking about, where you'll have to split them up a little bit. But, and there's other reps, too, that need to start jumping on board, doing their own, and then maybe you can take some of yours and join them, too.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
great. Thanks, guys.
one
You're
more
welcome.
thing with that. I think what I've seen with the people that stay on that aren't necessarily doing the shred, it encourages them to think about it some more, and they look at everybody else that's doing it, and typically they get on the shred the next month.
Yeah, social validation right there.
Exactly. Yep. Good question.
All right, one more question. Because you're all muted. You need to unmute yourself. Nope. All right. Well, honestly, Tara, I think you did an awesome job. You too, Chad.
Thank
You
you.
gave us some fantastic detail, because I think this is what people need is the how to. You know, we know what it is, but how do you actually implement it? And clearly you are having some great success. So just keep on doing what you're doing. And I love your comment there that really it is a case of duplication, because once people on your team have had experience shredding, there's no reason why they in turn can't create their own group.
Exactly.
So, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We had a good turnout tonight, and I know a lot of people who couldn't join us will be watching the recording of this. So have an awesome week, and we will see you next Monday evening.
You're all unmuted, so say thank you to Chad and Tara.
Bye.
Good job, guys. God bless.